In this video, I'm going to show you how I perfected a Sasori player online in Naruto Storm Connections. Let's begin. Alright guys, we're starting off with the teleportation jutsu with Minato, transportation technique, and that ends up catching him. We switch to the Raikage and you can see that Minato teleports over there and hits him and makes him roll across the field. And here we're breaking up our combo to do a jutsu to force him to sub, because I played this person now 3 times and I realized that he does not like to sub. So we're trying to pressure him here. We finally got a jail opportunity where he did not counter us, because he is really good with his counters. He's spot on with his counters, and there we're really just trying to break him down just like that and guard break him. And what happens here, I was delayed on the lariat, but we're still putting that pressure on here, trying to get him to waste his subs. We got him to grab, and then we actually got some good combo time there, a good dash clash by this Sasori player. And right there, he got the counter, but we baited it out, got him to counter, and here we're juggling him so he can't counter. We know this guy likes to counter. We know he's good with the counter, so we baited it out and brought him to the air. I'm trying to just poke at this player here and try to get him to use his supports, which he's not doing. So let's see what happens here. So the perfect will come a little bit later, but right now we're showing you just this part of the fight. So let's see what happens in this first round. I feel like what happens in this first round is going to be important for the next round in terms of downloading the player data. So we're going to make this analysis, see what we get from it, and see how we actually got to perfect him. You don't just perfect someone, right? You don't just simply perfect them. It doesn't work that way. We substituted the clay birds of Deidara, and here we go. We still have a mega green bar here, and he does not want to sub. He's got a good guard there. He was able to guard my attack. And it took him a long time to use those supports. Let's keep that in mind. And right here, we force the grab. He has 4 substitution bars. I have 1. Let's see where this goes. He has Itachi. And what will he do with Itachi? He'll use Amaterasu, but the Raikage will use the guillotine drop to blow Itachi away. We're juggling Sasori. Here we go. We got him to sub the attack down tag. And will I prematurely sub? No. We waited patiently to get that sub. A lot of people will just sub. Sometimes I do that too. And you really got to wait to get that full sub. And right there, we hit him with the Rasengan. All right, guys, so let's get into this perfect gameplay right now, and let's see what happens. Let's see how I did this, see if you can learn anything from this. So this player is very difficult to play because he never really wants to sub. He subs at pretty good times, and he has really good counters, and he's not just a good Sasori player, he's an excellent Itachi player. So he has that in his back pocket. Begin. Let's get it. All right, so let's see what happens here. He's kind of walking back, waiting for me to go to him, and we're being patient. We speed up to get that advantage in terms of mobility, and right there, we dodged his dash and left him open. We went on an angle there and kind of flanked him, so that's huge. And just like that, we switched, did a bunch of switches, a Rasengan. That's like 3 switches. Look at that damage. And you know how smart he was to put up that defense uphill? He was able to tank a lot of that damage. So that was really good. He still has his subs. So, I mean, a very smart player. All right, let's see what happens here. And right there, he's moving. And we are trying to get that substitution bar so we can get this thing rolling. And like I said, he doesn't want to. But there, finally he did. Finally, we kept on him and we mixed things up. So we did tempo changes. We did mix-ups. We changed our play style. And once again, he doesn't want to sub. Well, we finally got it here. What are we going to do? We just guard the puppet. And right there, we sub-mash a double grab. It looks beautiful. I've never seen anyone do that before. It looked really beautiful, and it's something that you could potentially do as a move consistently on puppet players, if you make the right read, and we get another grab. So we have 3 substitution bars, he has 2, and let's see if we can get this thing rolling. He finally summons his supports. I feel like him not using his supports early on was a detriment to him. I also feel like people not switching is a detriment to them in this game, because I did use a lot of switch tech, a lot of Storm Force switch tech that's hard to do in connections. Here he goes with the Deidara. We're trying to Z-dash here and avoid him. He switches back into Deidara. He sees that Sasori is not working. He did a good thing there by laying those Deidara jutsus down, but I don't see them. I don't see them being active. And right there, just like that, we are pressuring this player, and his subs are coming back, and he does not have a choice. He has to sub. He wasn't able to get that full second sub, and it doesn't matter. Just like that, we are perfecting him. I don't think anyone has ever perfected a Sasori player before, especially a proficient one. That was one of the craziest things I have ever done or seen.